Hi, good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about our project Decentralized Cloud Platform. And these are my teammates, Praveen, Ritvik, Ramkrishna, and Puneet Sudhakar. These are our proposed architecture. And this is the outline of our project, introduction, related work, gaps and problem statement, objectives and existing model and proposed model, and at last conclusions and references. And now introduction of our project is crowdfunding helps us individuals raise capital from public for innovative ideas and startups and causes. This is the reference we have taken from this point. So that's why we have included here. And traditional platforms like platforms are centralized and often charge high fees. Blockchain technology introduced transparency and immutability and decentralization. Crowdfunding leverages Ethereum smart contracts to manage campaigns securely, and it is deployed on Cephalya testnet for testing the decentralized functionalities. And now we are going to discuss about the importance of this application to eliminate need for intermediates in fundraising. Actually, in centralized platform crowdfunding system, there are intermediates like Kickstarters like that. They will charge the fee for intermediate funds fee to ensure the traceability of funds and donor identity using blockchain to reduce operational fees and increase trust via smart contracts and to enable real-time visibility of performing and funding to enhance participation and borderless donations, and it is also the immutable platform. And now next part is going to explain by my teammate Puneet.
Now I'll discuss the related work connect to our project. When we talk about crowdfunding today, most people think of the platforms like Keto, Milap, Impact Guru in India, or Kickstarter, Indigo, GoFundMe worldwide. These platforms have supported millions of campaigns from medical emergencies to innovative startups. Have proven this power of collective financial support, but the problem is that these are centralized systems. Being centralized means there is always a middle man or an authority in the control. So, whereas this is where the blockchain-based decentralized crowdfunding started gaining attention. So, platforms like Giveth, Gitcoin, and JuiceWalk showcase a new model instead of company acting as a middleman. So, they use Ethereum smart contracts to automatically manage donations and campaigns. So, every transaction is recorded on the blockchain, making it immutable and fully traceable. This solves two big problems at once. The first one is gain confidence because funds are visible on the blockchain and the campaign creators have more freedom and control. But even though this looks promising, there are challenges and limitations. Most decentralized crowdfunding platforms are still early and experimental stage. So the user experience is not so smooth actually. For example, setting up a MetaMask wallet, paying gas fees, and understanding smart contracts. Interaction can be confusing for someone else. But another gap is the lack of flexibility. Many of these platforms do not allow campaign creators to customize features like target amounts, stretch goals, or reward systems. So beyond technology, there are also regulatory and adoption barriers in India. For instance, rules around cryptocurrency, taxation, and restriction from the Reserve Bank. So when we talk about while centralized platforms are accessible but not transparent, this is the main point. Decentralized ones are transparent but not yet simple or widely used. So when I summarize these points, centralized platforms dominate but change high fees. So it is used in the limit control and lack of transparency, and also main disadvantage is decentralized platform. Not user friendly actually because a lot of brain should be used in that. There's a lack of customization and modular design. It is making hard to campaign creators to adapt them unique needs. Current decentralized platforms rarely integrate future technologies like NFTs for rewards, DAO governance for community controls, like IPFS for decentralized storage. So this is where our project aims to make a real difference. Our goal is to bridge these gaps between designing a decentralized crowdfunding platform that is not only secure and transparent, but also easy to use for people with no prior blockchain experience. By combining Ethereum smart contracts with a simple React.js interface, wallet integration through MetaMask and future possibilities like NFT-based rewards. In short, while existing systems, both centralized and decentralized, have made progress, none of them provide a complete solution. Our work is designed to bring best of both worlds, the trust of blockchain and simplicity of modern users experience. This is what makes our project stand out and add real values in the evolving landscape of crowdfunding. So thank you. One of my teammates will continue with the next slide.
I'm going to explain the problem statement. Uh, to design and implement a decentralized crowdfunding application using Ethereum smart contract on Sophia testnet to provide a secure and user-friendly transactions. Now, in this problem? So, what is the problem we want to solve? Is we aim to design, implement in a decentralized crowdfunding app. It will use Ethereum smart contracts on Sophia testnet. This will provide a secure, transparent, and user-friendly experience without depending on a intermediates. Next slide, the objectives. Our main objectives is centralized crowdfunding, create smart contracts for secure and traceable donations, use React.js and MetaMask for smooth Web3 interactions, support campaign creations, donations, and wallet connections, ensure compliance with the legal and data protection standards. And we're going to the next slide, existing methodologies. Uh, Contributors provide funding in the stable coins, crowdfunding platform interface, blockchain network, regulatory nodes, smart connects, project creators. In this, first investors contribute funds through the stable coins, the first one, and next the funds go through crowdfunding platform interface. These are recorded on a blockchain ledger. Compliance in um, regular nodes. Smart contracts helps automate fund transfers and compliance. Finally, the project creates receive the funds. Now, proposed methodologies. In this user interface, wallet integration layer, Web3 middleware layer, and campaign factory contract and campaign contract. And the last one, smart contract layer. At the user interface layer, built with React.js and Taiwan CSS, users can create campaigns, view campaigns, and donate. Then the wallet integrates layers uses MetaMask for secure transactions. Next, we have the Web3 middleware layers supported by Third Web SDK. Two smart contracts manage the system. The campaign The campaign factory contract handles creating campaigns, storing address, and managing owners. And the next one, the campaign contracts accepts donations, tracking donors, and allowing fund withdrawal. At the base, the smart contract layer runs on Solidity and Sophia testnet. The next slide going to explain by one of my teammate, Praveen.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Satya Praveen and my registration number is 23MSC0070. Now, I'm going to explain the technologies used. For front end, we have used React.js for enhanced interactive user experience. For styling, we use it Tailwind CSS, which is a utility first-class framework of CSS. It is used for rapid UI development. For smart contracts, we use it Solidity. It is very helpful. And for blockchain deployment, we use it Ethereum. Especially, we use it Sepolia TextNet. For development, for wallet integration and all, we use it MetaMask. For middleware layer, we use it Third Web SDK. Now going to next slide. Mm. Moving to slide 14, the hardware requirements for the processor, we need Intel i5 or M8 Gen 5 or higher to handle blockchain development. and compilation efficiently. The RAM requirement is 8 GB minimum, through 16 GB is recommended for optimal performance when running multiple development tools simultaneously. For software, we need 256 GB SSD or higher to ensure faster compilation and deployment process. The operating system can be Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, making our platform completely cross-platform compatible. Finally, we require a stable broadband internet connection since we are continuously interacting with Sepolio testing for testing and deployment. Next slide. For software requirements, we are using React.js, Tailwind CSS for enhanced user experience, like for styling the front end and all. We are using Solidity, and to deploy our like our blockchain project, we are using for blockchain deployment Ethereum, especially the Sepolio testnet. MetaMask for wallet integration and Third Web SDK as our middleware. For development tools, we need Hardnet for smart contract compilation and testing, Node.js with npm or ERN for package management, VS Code as our IDE, and Firebase for potential future integrations and database needs. Next slide. Moving to slide 16, the national status in India, we see centralized dominance, where platforms like Kato, Milap, and Impact Guru lead crowdfunding but charge high fees and lack transparency. High charges means more than 15%. There's early blockchain adaptation. Blockchain use in crowdfunding is still a prototype and testnet stage in India. We face regulatory barriers as cryptocurrencies, taxation, and RBI restrictions. The adoption of decentralized fundraising solutions. However, there's tremendous future potential as a project aligns with digital initiatives, as we are offering scope for transparent, secure, and scalable cloud-based solutions. Next slide, my teammate will continue.
0410. I'm going to explain about the international status and the conclusion part of the centralized crowdfunding. Identifies the existing global leaders like Kickstarter, GoFundMe, and Indiegogo as centralized platforms that are fee-driven and controlled. Decentralized alternatives are nodes of emergency blockchain based on platforms like Givit, Bitcoin, and Juicebox are alternatives that offers transparency and decentralization. Technological innovations emphasizes the uses of specific technologies like Ethereum, smart contracts, and layer scaling for efficiency. The regulation process mentions the exploration of DeFi-friendly regulations by various governments, which pave the way for wider blockchain crowdfunding adaptation. Conclusion a problem solution. Blockchain addresses the issues of decentralized crowdfunding by enabling secure, transparent, and decentralized crowdfunding. Eliminates intermediaries. It allows the complex to self-manage and immutable, removing the need for third-party intermediaries. Scalable and compliant. It designed to scalable and compliant for future use. Future enhancements. Financial future features include NFT rewards and mobile application to improve user engagement. Okay, bro.
Wait. Yeah.
References, Ethereum Foundations, Solidity Docs, Third Web SDK, MetaMask, Julia, Testnet, Red.